A great man once said that disability is a matter of perception, and disabled people should concentrate on things that their disability does not stop them from doing well, and should not regret those that it interferes with. He is called Fabien. He lives without arms. And this is Julius, who lives without legs. Today, we visit the two disabled men that live together. They said that they complete each other perfectly, since one has no legs and the other has no arms. Well, we might be seeing such people in our society, but these two have something special and unique about them and the way they live together in their daily life. This is their story. These two believe that they are one person. They live together because one of them does not have legs and the other does not have arms. And this is how they ever manage to help each other and manage to perform their daily tasks each and every day. Well, they were not at all born like this, and Julius says that he was born normally, just like any other child. He grew up with no problem at all. He says that he used to play soccer with his friends, of which he was very good at. As soon as he became a man, he got sick. It was cancer and made him suffer with a lot of pain in both his legs. He went to the hospital for treatment, which was not helpful in the first place, because the pills he was given weren't of any help at all. He went back to the hospital. Thereafter, they carried out a checkup on his body, only to realize that it was cancer that was eating him up. They gave him two options, of which one was to cut off his legs or to go through radiation, which would kill the cancer cells in his body, but this was very expensive. Since he did not have money to pay for such treatment, he painfully accepted that his legs were going to be cut off, because it was the only way that was going to save his life. So it was done, and that's how he lost his legs. Life without legs became very difficult for him. He couldn't walk long distances anymore, so he stayed close to his house because he couldn't go anywhere far from here, until he met Fabien, and that's when his life changed. Fabien says that he was also born normally. He had both his arms when he was still a child, and he completely had no idea that this was going to ever happen to him in any way. But one day, something happened and ruined his life forever. He was involved into an accident. His bones were badly broken, and the only option that was left by the time he went to the hospital was to cut off his arms. He noticed that he did not have arms anymore when he woke up. He says that it was not the same case with Julius, which means that he spent most of his time living without arms, which was not easy at all for him in any way. For Fabien's case, he could move long distances, but he could not walk at all and getting food was something that was extremely hard for him. But again, he says that he believed in working and he couldn't go to the streets and start begging for coins. One day, he was walking around the street and he came across Julius's home. They looked at each other. Julius called him on, and that's how they became friends. He had an idea that they could do something for themselves, and this would happen if they only lived together. And Julius became Fabienne's arms, and Fabienne became Julius's legs as well. They started living together, and according to them, it made their life much more easier because what one of them couldn't do, another was right there to help out. But this was not enough because they needed to find a job so that they could afford food. They got a job of digging people's gardens for money. They had to work as a team in order to get this done. But for them, it was not just teamwork, because they believed that they were one person and they complete each other perfectly. When they go to the garden, Fabienne carries Julius there because sometimes it is quite a distance from their house, and when they get there, he gives the hoe to Julius since he's the one who has arms, so he starts digging. Fabienne also tries digging, but his arms are very weak and he cannot do this for minutes. So he passed it on to Julius, and that's how they work together. According to them, they have planted most of these trees. While going back home after digging for money, they buy some food to eat along the way. And this is how they live, though they got bigger plans for their life and they want to start up a bigger business that won't require a lot of moving. Perhaps a shop according to their description. When they get home, the first thing they have to do is to wash the dirt off themselves, and they have to help each other in this because Fabienne brings a basin and water, and Julius helps him wash his arms too. They say that all they want right now is artificial arms for Fabienne and a wheelchair for Julius, because they believe that such will bring a positive impact to their lives and make it a lot easier than it is today. People in this society feel so sorry for these men, but they cannot afford to help them too because they are also poor, so they just keep on watching them one day after another. They say that this is one of the best ideas they have ever had. Rather than going to the streets and start begging for coins, they managed to prove the fact that disability is not inability. He pours the water and takes the basin back inside. And they advise each and everyone living with any form of disability to find a way forward in life. The funds that will help Fabienne acquire artificial arms and Julius to get a wheelchair will be donated via GoFundMe, a link that is always in the description of each and every video and pinned in the topmost comment by Afrimax English. Thank you for watching. My name is Prince. Do not forget to subscribe.